first wives' tale thing, drum roll please. We did our first result, or got our first result back. Kelsey went to the doctor and we did a survey Kelsey looked up some information on the internet and found out some information, and the results were... What's up, everybody? This is episode 2 of the Wood Family Vlogs. Today we're going to be talking a little bit more in depth of how we met, where we grew up, stuff like that. Some more honeymoon stories that we have for you guys, and the first wives' tale that we're going to be releasing for y'all. So yeah, we'll let Kelsey go ahead. Oh, I'm Hunter. This is Kelsey. Hello. Obviously, if you haven't watched the first episode, go back, watch the first episode, and it'll bring you up to speed with about the stories and stuff that we're about to cover. So go ahead and break it down for them.
Oh. A little bit about me and Hunter. We have known each other probably our whole entire lives, minus 5 years.
Our whole entire lives.
We went to elementary school together, dated, where you talk through your friends more than you talk to each other.
Slide the notes over.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like me? Check yes or no kind of moments.
Be my boyfriend.
Will you date me? Please?
We lost connection, connected again through middle school, stopped talking, lost connection again. It was my first year of college at TSU. I was coming home on Thanksgiving break. He actually posted a picture of his first tattoo. And his armpit hair was showing, and I was like, shave those pits, because why wouldn't you tell someone that, right?
So I used that golden opportunity to use my charm and slide into the DM, which I replied with, I'm not going to shave my armpits, but how you doing?
Yeah.
Or something along the lines of that. And that's where we started talking again. I went Black Friday shopping with Kelsey and her family, her mom and her sisters.
Yeah.
We ate at IHOP. We didn't text the next day, so I was like, well, that was fun. Probably not going to hang out with her anymore. She probably thinks I'm a loser. And then she messaged me and said, like, Happy Thanksgiving. And we started texting again, and that was it. That's basically how our relationship started and took off from there. And
I think about 6-7 months after we had started dating, we moved into our very first place of our own.
As soon as I graduated high school.
Yeah, he was ready to bounce. We lived there for about 2 years. We moved into a 2-bedroom apartment at that same complex, had his best friend Andrew as a roommate. We had so much fun. Best days of our lives probably spent in those apartments. We'll get into that in another video.
We're going to have to dedicate an entire episode just to the apartment days, because there was this place behind the apartment that we would
No, you gotta save it.
Oh, okay, I'll save it.
Time out.
All right, I'm sorry.
We worked together at Uncle Julio's off Camp Bowie. We were making money.
She was making money at Uncle Julio's. I was working at Pepsi stacking pallets. Anyone who's ever done that knows it is an exhausting job. I was thinking my checks were going to be fat with all the overtime I was working, and Kelsey was quadrupling what she made in tips based off of what I was making in my little bitty paychecks. So I said, screw this, I'm not driving to Mesquite anymore. I'm going to go be a server, and I did, and we made money, and it was awesome. We had we had rent due, I think, and we didn't have any other responsibilities besides that, and cars and stuff. But we saved up a lot of money when we worked. Or actually, we didn't save up any money. We spent.
We were buying Apple Watches, bicycles.
we
too much stuff.
We had a great time at Uncle Julio's. We made a lot of good friends there. The guy who actually made our wedding cake, Miguel, he did a fantastic job.
He still works there. He's a great server. So if you ever go eat, please request him.
Oh yeah.
Hands down, top-notch service.
That's Miguel. He's the best for sure. Go ahead.
We found out I was pregnant not much longer after we stopped working at Uncle Julio's. He was working at DirecTV at the time. He was like, you know what, I gotta step up. I gotta get a better job. He got hired on with Halliburton and took off to Oklahoma,
where I was going to be working fracking, and I ended up not doing that in the transition from, I actually went up there and applied, and I was about to start, but they wanted to move me to like North Dakota.
Yeah, something weird.
To work for 2 weeks on and 1 week off, and I said, I'm not doing that. I got my foot in the door with a mud motor shop there. I'm not going to go too far into it because it's not very fun to talk about. It's kind of boring. Really long hour days, stuff like that. But in the time that I worked there, Kelsey did give birth to Tanner. She was at the house in Oklahoma that we had, taking care of him for about a year, and then I got my foot in the door with the manager of the Burleson shop, current manager still, and I moved back to Texas, where I literally moved almost exactly where I lived before. So it was awesome. It ended up being perfect. And in that time, we lived at my parents' house for about a year. Kelsey went to esthetician school. I saved up as much money as I could, and we found a realtor, Jamie, who is probably the coolest realtor ever and the most helpful.
Yes.
Y'all should go check her out. I will see if I can find a link or something to throw.
I believe it's the Taylor team.
The Taylor team.
It's her and her husband.
And they are awesome. They will do everything and anything for you. They got us this house, and we can't be more thankful for it. It was a super easy process, but we've been in this house for over a year now, and no complaints. It's been awesome.
We got married.
Got married last year in September. If you haven't gone and watched the first video, definitely make sure you go watch that, because the stuff we covered in the first one leads up to this episode, which is some of our honeymoon stories, which are awesome. So do you want to talk about those, or do you want me to?
So that was my first time ever out of the United States. Huge culture shock. When we got to the airport, it was about a 3-hour drive from the airport to our resort, I believe.
It was a ways.
Through the slums. Okay, like, I'm not even joking. I was like,
is that a donkey?
There's goats on the mountain. What is that?
Yeah.
People had goats in their front, like that was their lawnmower. I'm not even joking. I was like, Hunter, you picked this place as a honeymoon? What are you doing? But no, it was beautiful once we actually got to the resort. Hands down, it's going to be hard to top that vacation.
You say that.
Well, to me, it will be.
We'll see.
Let me just say, Jamaican drivers don't care about you. They're gonna honk, and if no one gets out of the way, well, that sucks. You're all dying.
They have this method where it's honk and move, and if you honk and the person doesn't move, you're dead. Basically, that's the end of that.
I will say everyone respects that rule very well, though.
They live by the honk over there. If you honk your horn, you're gonna move out of the way, basically, because they will ride your bumper until you get out of the way, and then they'll just oncoming traffic back over, and just like it's everyday life. To them it is, but to people from the United States, it's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
You're just hanging on for dear life, hoping you don't die.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
It was,
So we had a place on the resort that was the best place to eat there. Everyone was talking about it. They're like, you have to go try this restaurant, because we had already at that point been to every restaurant on the resort, because we were like, oh, we're going to try everything. And we did, of course, and we went to this place, and they said, oh, sir, you can't come in, you don't have pants on. Well, I had shorts on.
And a really nice button-up. I was in a dress. We looked hot, okay?
We did look pretty good. I thought I looked, respectable.
We can drop a photo.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
There. So, yeah, we went and ate, and... Or we didn't eat there. We were really disappointed, and the next day we were like, we're gonna go on this booze cruise we had planned. They took us to this awesome place where we saw people jumping off cliffs and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, we got to explore some caves. It was really, really cool.
It was awesome. We went through a cave. We saw people jumping into the water, and they were like, just leaping off this bridge basically, and they jump in the water and they'd be like, throw us money in the water, and we're like, sorry, dude, don't have any cash. I'm not gonna throw my debit card into the ocean. But that was an awesome time. We met this guy on the booze cruise. We told him about, hey, we wanted to go eat at this place. He was like, oh man, I'll let you borrow some pants. Come to my room once we land on the beach or whatever. And I'm like, that sounds like a great idea. Who wouldn't want to do this? So, as drunk as we were, it could have been a lot worse, but it ended up being a great time.
They had some really fun stories that they shared with us. It was cool.
I wish I would have remembered the names, or at least added them on Facebook or something, because they were pretty cool. They had just gotten married as well as a couple, and they were telling us all about their lives and stuff like that. And we hung out with them for a little bit, and I borrowed his pants. And as we were walking back, I was like, Kelsey, I have to go to the bathroom. So, reminder, this is after a booze cruise, which your bladder has no hold at all. It's like, you have to go. So I'm like, we're not going to make it to the room. Nothing else is open at this point, because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And there's no one out. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. So I went into the resort pool and peed.
That was so embarrassing.
It was the only place to go, so I did that. Kelsey actually took a picture of me while I was in the bathroom. While I was in the bathroom.
Technically, yeah.
Took a picture of me in the pool, and the next day we were like, you know what, we're not gonna go eat at this place. It's Friday, and on Fridays they had all you could eat lobster at every single restaurant on the place. So we thought, we don't need pants to go eat this fancy food. We can go anywhere. So we did that.
Literally every restaurant we went and had lobster.
Yeah, picture of all of that, because it was bomb. We literally stopped at every restaurant and had lobster.
So
and
good.
It was great. What else?
I had my first snorkeling experience. That was an experience. I was a little freaked out. I got into the water, putting on my mask. Hunter's like, hey, look down. And I'm like, I thought I was going to be eaten by all the fish swimming around me.
Thousands of little fish. We went out into this little, what are those boats called? Catamaran or something like that.
Something like that.
We're out into the middle of this ocean where the reef was, and we jumped off the boat. We looked down in the water, saw tons of fish.
It was so cool.
And the guy was like, follow the instructor. He's going to lead you the way, which was basically a fish himself, because he swam
Michael Phelps.
like a freaking submarine. And he's like, over here we have like this sunken cannonball or cannon from the something hundreds, and this anchor from this time and that time, and was showing us all this cool stuff that was underwater, a little bit of history and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. Do you have any more honeymoon stories that we can talk about?
Oh, we got to pick our own food out of the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
The next day after the booze cruise, we were very hungover. Nothing even sounded good. It was, I think, like our second to last day or last day there. So we just wanted to walk down the beach, see if we could find some souvenirs. And we ran into this place everyone was talking about and was like, you have to eat here. The food is so great. So we got to pick our food out of a cage in the ocean. We got some amazing lobster. He cooked it right there for us on the beach.
It was just a shack with a grill, and the dude made like a makeshift bar out of it where they served alcohol and stuff like that, which we didn't want any of at this point. And he pulls this cage up out of the water that he had tied to a string, and he's like, you want crab or lobster? And we're like, oh, we'll pick lobster, because we already had that. I don't think they had crab, but
yeah,
there were different sizes, were different prices and stuff like that. You grabbed it, took a picture of it, threw it on the grill right there in front of you, cooked it, and
with rice and beef. Oh,
it was
I'm
awesome.
Hungry.
It was awesome. But we actually do have, we'll jump from the honeymoon stories, because I don't think we have anything else. We do, but anything else. So the first wives' tale thing, drum roll please. We did our first result, or got our first result back. Kelsey went to the doctor, and we did a survey Kelsey looked up some information on the internet.
Yes.
And found out some information, and the results were
Team girl.
So we
first point.
We got girl is 1 and boy is 0. And how did we get that?
So I was doing all my research, finding some wives' tales that I didn't do with Tanner, some that I did do. The next videos or episodes upcoming, we'll have more at the end as well. This one was placenta placement. So when I went to the doctor, I'm like, here's what we're doing. Can you tell me which side my placenta is on? So a study shows that like 97.2% of male fetuses have the placenta attached to the right side, while 97.5% of female fetuses have placenta attached to the left side.
We're team left.
We were left. Although she did say it's a little bit early to tell, but I'm gonna just take like a guess off of what I can see. She was like, it's on the back left side. So team girls taking the lead by 1 point. Team boy is 0. So stay tuned for the next episodes. We will throw some more numbers at you guys.
Definitely. We will we'll continue making these episodes. We'll get a little bit more in depth into a little bit more stories as we go along. We have tons of stuff to talk about, from stuff we did in the apartment to growing up, the house, stuff like that. Pregnancy, we'll keep updates and stuff like that coming along. And so as of now, girl is 1 and boy is 0. We want a girl, but healthy baby is all we really care about.
Yes.
But we are team girl for sure this time around. If we can have a girl, that'd be great. But if we have another boy, boys are great. We love our little Tanner. But
oh yeah. So let us know what you think. Is it gonna be a boy? Is it gonna be a girl?
Leave a comment. Drop a like. Don't forget to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that like and subscribe button. Turn that notification on so when we post new videos, you'll be the first to know. And you might even be ahead of the curve on our parents, because if you watch the videos, you're going to find out before they know. So
that's true.
So I think that's it.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace.
Peace.